like Zig, I was reading about Zig Ziglar is a fantastic author, and he was talking about a very powerful statement. He said, "You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great." Some people, they focus on perfection. You'll never start the business opportunity. Okay? Make honest mistakes and learn from it. Now, speaking about mistakes, failure, there are 5 different levels of failure. I learned from this book, Go for No. It talks about that. Level 1 failure is ability to fail. 100% of the people have ability to fail. Isn't it true? Okay, you open your mouth, you have ability to fail. Okay? Level 2, only 20% of people are there in level 2 failure, which is called willingness to fail. When these people have accepted failure as a natural process of seeking success. Okay, so when they are chasing success, they have accepted there will be failures, but their eye is still focused on success. Okay, so they are 20%, and there are only 5% on level 3 failure. These are the people who are wanting to fail. They have developed desire to fail. If they are getting yeses, they want to get a no. So that's called level 3. They believe that if individual failure means individual success. So there are 5% of people are there in this level 3 failure. And level 4, it talks about failing bigger and faster. So level 4 are those who have come to the conclusion that if failure is good, then failure faster is better. So why not set big goals? Big goals like going diamond means big failure. Okay? Alright? And they increase their failure rate. So the level 4 is bigger, means what? They're not happy with just having 1 no per day. They said, why not have 2 no's or 3 no's or 4 no's per day? Okay, so they are increasing the failure quotient. And level 5 are people are failing exponentially when leader enlists other people to fail. So they believe that if group failure means group success. Okay, so I want to end with a story, and there was a big convention of all the people were invited, in a company, and one person, there was a recognition for maximum number of failure in that convention. And there was another person was invited as a guest to that function, to the convention. And he was amazed to see that the maximum number of failure person was given a trophy. People stood up, clapped for them. Oh my God, he got the maximum number of failure. And this person got confused. Why are they awarding trophy for failure? And then he found out later on, the person who got the trophy for the maximum number of failure had a trophy for maximum number of sales. So understand one thing, okay? And so the reason why we went diamond is because we received more no's than you. It's as simple as that. We don't have any kind of special gift.
We just overcame the fear of failure.
Yeah, we became numb, N-U-M-B, numb to no's. Okay? So my message at the end is increase your failure quotient. We want to move on to EDC and double diamond. And what we know that what we need to do is receive more no's. So we love you. See you on the beaches of the world.
Hello, BWW team. This is Sajid and Intasar Sayed calling in live from Detroit, Michigan. I hope you are all enjoying the conference. And in the next few minutes, we are going to share with you some of the etiquettes that are needed for a good or an effective Zoom meeting. So first of all, it's very important to be prepared. Be there on time before the meeting, 5 to 10 minutes before. Make sure you check the equipment. Check the Zoom app, the video, sure the video is on, make sure the video is working, the camera is working, the microphone is working, and just to make sure that everything is all set so you're not surprised when the meeting gets started. Now, there are many points to keep in mind regarding the settings in the meeting. Number one, the audio should be on mute unless you're speaking, and once you finish speaking, you will mute the phone back again. For people who are asked to speak in between, again, make sure that when you finish speaking, you mute the phone back again, so any disturbance does not go back in the meeting. Second thing is the video. The video should always be on. The host has authority to remove anyone who is unidentified, so you should be clearly visible, and make sure the video is always on throughout the length of the meeting. The camera should be a good quality camera on your laptop or the device that you're using. Make sure that it is the device is adjusted to your height, where you're sitting, the chair, the table. So you're looking at the camera, you're not looking down or you're not looking up to the camera, but you're seated in such a way that you're comfortable and you're looking to the camera. The lighting in the room should be such that it should be well lit. The ceiling light may not be enough. You may need additional lighting, maybe a ring light attached to your laptop or some lights behind it. But it's very important to have the room well lit. Lighting should be such it does not throw reflection on the wall if there's a wall behind where you're sitting. And if there's not enough light, of course, the Zoom itself has a setting where you can click on the video setting, and then you click on the adjust for low light. So it allows you to do that. Your posture should be such that you're sitting, attentively, you're sitting straight, you're not slouching, you're not leaning back, you're not sleeping, for sure, like Zoom meeting, you're not drowsy, and so on and so forth. You can take an exercise before the meeting and take a rhodiola, and you'll be all set, to be alert throughout the meeting. But posture is very important. And also the microphone, should be a good microphone. It's a good investment to have an external mic attached to your laptop, so you can have very good sound quality. That can make all the difference in an effective meeting. The view should be a speaker view, not the gallery view, and unless it is required by the speaker or by the host. Okay, and Intisar will cover some other points here.
Right. It doesn't matter if you put it on speaker view. I'm sure someone somewhere will put it on gallery. So be aware that someone is watching you, and we are on Zoom. We have to always be prepared, and whatever we don't want them to see us, we don't do. So be in quiet area, a very, very quiet area. If you have a loud neighbor, avoid that room. Try to set up in a room with less noise, and no kids around, so it doesn't look like a daycare center. I know you love your pets, you love your cats and dogs, but this is a meeting. You don't need them around you. You can show them all the love later after the meeting. Keep in mind, this is a professional meeting, so you represent yourself with that. You are a business owner. Dress up in a way. If someone see you, knows you are a businessman and businesswoman. For man, a tie in a suit, it look nice always. And for ladies, nice clothes where you look like you are in a meeting or going to a meeting, not in a party or not going to the park. So we keep that in mind. We keep neckline higher. Don't lower it. You are in Zoom, you doesn't feel comfortable for you later. Style your hair, and for gentlemen, if you need to get haircut, so get the haircut. If clean shave, if you have a mustache and beards, trim it, keep it clean and neat and look nice. And don't let your mustache grow to cover your mouth, or the hair from your nose to mix up with your mustache. Clean up your nose from hair and your ears. And ladies and gentlemen, you are in a business, we have amazing products, skincare. So use your skincare products. Makeup is there to enhance your beauty and not to give you new face. So less is mean more, and you will look so nicely put together and beautiful. And no food, no drink, no tea, no coffee, even water. If it's allowed, it doesn't mean every 5 minutes you'll drink. Just keep in mind, one or twice, that's at the max I will consider it. After that, no point. Husband and wife both on a screen like this, both husbands and wife should be equally covered and in the screen. Okay, not one will cover 80-90% of the screen, the other one will be showing half of the face.
Oh, like this.
Yeah, we don't know, we don't want that one. So you stay, both of you. If one will move, uh, talk earlier before you are in front of everyone, what time you will be moving and how he will. As you move, he should come slowly to the center so he be covered fully. And when you come, the same way. So no need for, I don't know, bye honey, see you and all that. Especially if you have a very limited time, so focus on your agenda. Yeah, to focus on the agenda, take every disturbing away from you, from your home. Adult and kids, maybe pets you have in your home, keep those away. Let the camera, your video, focus on you, on the wall, much easier. So you don't see people walking around. And keep your wall very simple, and just put one or two pieces there so it doesn't take the attention from everyone. uh, Let them focus on you, on your thought, on your ideas, on your talk. um, what else to say? Keep your cell phone away, no texting, not checking your text, or calling. Don't open another window watching movie, or maybe playing or shopping. You think that the people cannot notice, but they do. Okay, so be there 100%. And another point, I will say, Zoom is for everyone around you. Okay, it's not your private. You are in your home, but it's not a private place for you. So please don't play with your nose, or do anything that you don't want people to see. Uh, keep um, Keep the private meeting as a private meeting. Okay, this is not for your friends or to invite anyone from here and there. Keep it privately. And it's a lot to do. It's a lot to learn as we are going through the Zoom.
And of course, no walking on while the Zoom meeting is on or with the camera on. No driving and being in a Zoom meeting. And of course, it's not good to sit in a vehicle and do the Zoom meeting. And folks, don't be too serious. Don't be laughing or joking. Just have a smile on the face. Be relaxed. Smile costs less than electricity, but gives always much more light.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, everybody. We look forward to seeing you soon and enjoy the rest of the conference.
What are you doing?
It's Self-Care Sunday.
What is that?
I'm doing my masks, my artistry masks.
Mask?
Yeah. This is
like-
the polishing one. It's gonna get rid of my dead skin cells. This one's gonna take away my pimples.
But I don't understand, like, what? It looks like paint.
It's not paint. It's
Bro,
a mask.
You look crazy.
This is to hydrate. You should try it sometime. It's good for guys too.
Oh, I need to hydrate. I drink water. Perfect water.
Okay, make fun of me now, but watch, you're gonna do it later.
Never will I ever paint my face. Okay, I think I'm ready for this. This is purifying. Okay. I think that's all we need.
Oh, you better. Okay. No, this is crazy. This doesn't make any sense. I don't understand what you did. You tell me to do this. It doesn't look like it, but okay, now I have this one. Here. Here. Oh, yeah. Wow, this actually feels good. Hydration. Oh, yeah. Hopefully that gets up. Yeah. That's what you're doing now, right? Okay. Hold on. Okay. Wow.
What are you guys doing?
Just reading.
Just reading?
Well, hi everyone again. So excited. I know you were talking about the tortilla chips diamond chips. Tortilla chips are just snacks. That was a whole meal. I feel like your brains got fed. You got exactly what you needed, not just to move on in business, but to potentially go diamond if you decide to apply what you just learned. And I don't know if you can see behind me, but we have the logo that actually won on Instagram. This is the Galaxy logo, but we personally feel like it's a Gala Galaxy logo, right? Doesn't it
Yes.
feel that way?
Oh, yes.
And we're super excited because we have a nice surprise for you guys. Coming up, we have legends who are going to be sharing with you.
All right. Okay. All right. So
Surprise is here.
yes.
This was not what I was going to do.
Recording in
No,
progress.
this is the surprise you were talking about, or what?
Yeah. The
You know?
thing is, you guys are doing way too good of a job. You're actually.
See, you're making us feel, very sad
I feel,
backstage.
Yeah, I feel.
Everybody's complimenting the way
making
you
us
guys
look
are
bad.
hosting.
I've been getting text messages, phone calls. You guys
Yeah.
are the best hosts, and I'm slightly offended because we just were hosts last night, and now you're the best hosts.
Now you're the best host for the weekend. I mean, that's not fair.
Right.
Well,
That's
you,
not fair.
You guys set the foundation for us.
In fact, everybody is saying that from now on we're going to have only
women
women
hosts.
hosting. That's
That's a win, Steph.
Anyway,
That's
whatever.
But you guys
I love
set
you.
the
We
foundation.
appreciate you. You guys are doing a great job.
You-
Why don't you guys
These
help
guys
us?
set the examples for us.
Yeah,
Thank you,
definitely
guys.
did. Thank you. They actually surprised us there. No, don't quit. Build it. Don't worry about it. But anyways, we have some work. We got to go build them up after this.
Yes.
All in the days of a woman's work. But as I was saying, we have a very special treat for everybody in this call. We have mega legends, Kanti and Lata Gala and Anjali and Kumar, who are going to be sharing with you guys. If you guys I don't think you'll understand the scope of how big their business is. Every industry, every company needs to have a leader that represents that company, that takes on all the burden, all the responsibility of making sure that company moves forward and grow. And as MOC members, Kanti and Lata, Kumar and Anjali, are just half of that committee that helps us do just that as a Brit team. We are the strong leaders that we are because of their strength and their leadership, and we're just so excited that you guys are going to hear from them.
Steph, both of us and our husbands, we just revere these two couples. We believe that they actually walk on water.
Yep.
Believe it or not. But yet they are very accessible. They are just real people. Okay, we hang out with them. You should just see the fun we have backstage. And our kids have just bonded with theirs over the years. We just love them. We just adore them. Please put your hands together and help both of us welcome the leader of all leaders, Triple Diamonds, Shivram and Anjali Kumar, and Crowns, Kanti and Lata Gala.
That is where Bill Bill used to say, "Now when you sing."
Hey, Brit team, this has been an absolutely phenomenal weekend. This is 2021, and time just flies by, right, Kanti, Lata?
Yes.
I'll tell you what, as we move rapidly through so many changes in life, who would have thought that we're going to be in a lockdown situation, for example, for a year and a half? That came completely out of nowhere, totally blindsided by that, but we cope with it. And along with that, there are so many changes in technology, changes in the way we do things. Now we are doing webinars, and it's almost, cliche. Everybody talks about the changes, right, all the time. But we also have to remember our history. Today's day and age, at least our daughters say all the time that people don't remember history. They don't even study history in school properly. They don't know what the foundations of the country are, and that's a cause of concern for my daughters and for us too. But if we don't remember where we came from, we are most likely going to make the same mistakes we've made in the past. And so we need to, Kanti, I thought we'll talk about Bill and Peggy Britt. This is Brit worldwide, guys. You saw videos of Bill Britt. Many of you are new. You may not have the same feelings that we have towards Bill Britt, right? But he was very special. Bill and Peggy Britt. Bill Britt founded Brit Worldwide. When he joined the business, there was nothing. There was no real formal support system like Brit Worldwide. There was no approved provider by Amway, which is like Brit Worldwide for BSM. But Bill Britt figured it out. Started out with reel-to-reel tapes to make recordings, and that morphed into cassette tapes and CDs. We were there from cassette tapes time. Not that we want to, age ourselves here. Cassette tapes, CDs, and right now, we are on streaming and we are on this sophisticated webinar, Brit Worldwide. The staff has done such a great job. You know, Lisa Madison and her entire staff, Danny and Kevin and Josh and everybody else. You know, I should have had the list here, but it's a phenomenal job. They've been here 24/7. But how much we have morphed. This used to be just a meeting room, right, Kanti? We used to have Bill Britt here. You know, for us, it's morphed into a beautiful studio. But Kanti, you want to say something here?
No, I just want to say that, it's good to remember where we were and where we are going. And that's entrepreneurship, guys. You know, that we always figure things out, as the technology is going and as the things are moving on. We were able to figure out just like many other companies are figuring out. So, that is a sense of security for us that it is not, this is it, it's going to keep changing. And I'm sure, when the second generation comes, things will be much better and different, So I want to really go back and I really support that we always have to think about where we are coming from, Yes. You want to add anything?
I mean, this is amazing. I mean, this is actually my first time, Anjali's and my first time to be here, the Brit headquarters, and it's just awesome feeling. You feel like a Bill Britt is definitely here, and you get a good vibes. But I'm just telling you, it's been just awesome. Bill's foundation, vision, and and I can just see after this big conference that business is Bill's legacy is definitely continuing, and it is eternal, as Paul and Leslie were talking about yesterday. But it is just awesome, and I'm telling you, Bill's, as I'm just excited. You go ahead, Anjali.
No, again, it's just been a great weekend, and we are grateful and thankful to Bill and Peggy Britt for giving us this opportunity to grow our business and, have an asset-based business where we don't have to worry about a lot of things. And, thinking about the past, we were talking earlier as well. There were so many changes that have happened. In fact, I was just watching an old show, and somebody picked up a telephone that had a flip phone, and the person had to pull an antenna up to talk to someone. And my little daughter was with me, and she goes, "Mom, that was a phone?" And I said, "Yeah, that was a phone, and we used to have a phone like that." So things have changed with technology, things have changed with time, and but the principles of Brit Worldwide and the principles of how you build a business is the same.
I can just see Bill Britt talk. The first time we all saw him from a long distance, in-person Coliseums. He was on stage and we were far away. And we saw him teach things that have, that have had a ripple effect. They have proliferated into the team. And there are so many leaders in the entire business that were impacted by Bill Britt at one point or another. And you can see it. The culture, the DNA of Bill Britt never leaves you once you got it, He was just a very bold dreamer. The first thing about Bill Britt is he was a dreamer.
Yes.
He knew how to dream big. So that's a message that we have for new people. You need a big dream. And without that, it's going to be very difficult to stay focused. You might start off with a small amount of money that you make, but that won't keep you in. What's the difference between starting an Amway business and being an Uber driver? The difference is that you can have a huge network. For us, what made the difference was the people. I remember, Kanti, December 13th, 1990. That was the first time that Bill Britt came to New Jersey, right?
Yes.
And for us, for Kanti and us, it was a big deal. I couldn't sleep the previous night because he came with Peggy on a cold December day. Mm. And it was a small meeting room. He doesn't come, Bill doesn't come to small meeting rooms. Kanti had probably a couple of hundred people there. I was relatively new in the business. And Bill talked about, first time I ever heard him talk about the power of the spoken word. You get what you speak, and also the power of written goals. And Anjali, that's the night I came down and wrote down what kind of girl I wanted, amongst other things, for freedom. I shared that with Madhu Chera. There was a little yellow 5x7 card that I wrote it on, exact girl that I wanted, And I showed it to her. Madhu even put a little notation on it. I remember that, And so, Anjali, you remember that?
Yeah,
absolutely. No, she was not there with me that day. Of course, she was. I hadn't met her yet, but
I saw it after we got married.
Yeah, my recollection is first time. Of course, we went to a conference, Spring Leadership Coliseum, and here is Bill Britt coming on the stage, and we were sitting on the third level of the Coliseum, and we look like this tall from the top. And the guy sitting next to me had a binocular to see. And I was thinking, what a binocular, man. And then, he talked about certain things. Of course, Lata will talk about that. But after that, the first time we ever met was, like you said, he came to the New Jersey to do a meeting for. And that is their first time, of course, we spent some time with him. But very closely that after the meeting was over, he asked us to come to his room. And myself and my upline and my crossline buddy, 3 couples, we were there and talking to Bill Britt. And we don't know what to ask because we were like less than a year old, maybe a year old or something like that. We were not even emerald, that time, I think, And we don't know what to say, what to ask. We were just like, geez, it's like a god is here. So that's my first experience with Bill and Peggy, and so humble and so respectful to us, and it was just an awesome experience. But maybe Lata can share a little bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is always, I've always had talk about all the conferences that I used to go, that once, first conference, that is where my life especially got transformed in a way that, where I was from career woman to then coming in the business and just saying what Bill's value system that he had. I mean, that is what just attracted me. As soon as like Bill will come, and he will say honesty, integrity, right value, godly principle, and I can tell you, I found like our culture, home culture, and the main thing I tell you, from doesn't matter whatever your faith and belief that you have, you are all welcome in the business. Doesn't matter what kind of background that you come in, and you can go everywhere. And that is something I tell you. Bill was loving people. Bill loved people always, and it was just like definitely, as Kanti said, like as the year passed, also when he was talking, always felt like God is like right there, God there. That was the great. Absolutely.
No, my first, my story is different. My story is, the first recollection I have was when we had gone for a leadership to the Brit Mountain Home at some point. And, and I was just newly married. I think I was just married like maybe less than a month. And we go there and, all the boys were sitting and playing basketball after the session. And they opened it up. They said, anybody else wants to come in? And I used to play basketball in school. And I was like, I would love to take some shots. And they were like, oh, sure. And they looked at me and they were like, this little girl, she's going to come in and do something. And I don't know what it was that day, but I pulled my hand up there and every little shot went into that hoop. It was just a swoosh straight through. And I was like literally 10 on 10. And you should have seen their reaction. And Bill Britt turned around and he said, who is that? That's Kumar's wife? Where did he get her from?
But Bill would say things to. When I was single emerald. I went emerald single when it was not even fashionable to be single in the business. And when I finally got married, I took my bride to meet him for the first time, and he looked at her and he said, "Well, you know what? He's still under warranty. If you can't make it a diamond, you can turn him back in and get a full refund." That's what he said. But what is relevant to new people? See, Bill Britt got in, and there was no support system, there was no audios, there was no webinars, there was no functions, nothing. He got into the business, and the reason he got in was because he got into another deal before that. He was going to buy a car dealership, and he lost money in that because somebody ripped him off, $10,000. He found out that somebody else got ripped off the same way. He contacted that person to see if they can take any legal action. But then they found out that, the lawyer was going to take them for more than the dealership was going to take them for, and the crooks were going to take them for. Bill would say that, And then he didn't think much about it. 3 years later, that person who lost money along with Bill Britt is the one that called him and offered the business to him and told him to go meet Dexter Yeager in Charlotte. And that was the defining moment. That's why we are all here today. And Bill Britt got in. It's a long story. You can listen to his talk or even read the book that I've written. There is an anecdote there, Iron Man, Silken Heart. And by the way, all the royalties from that go to Brit Worldwide Charities. I have nobody else has written a book, so That's all he got. But it's got the story in it, about how Bill, got into the business. And after he gets into the business, he doesn't have immediate success. The first 19 people he shows to, he doesn't have a PowerPoint. He doesn't have anything fancy to do. Just board and easel, which we still believe in. And then after 19 no-shows, people got in. He had to figure everything out himself. At least we have the benefit of other people's experience through our audios, and that's why you really need to tap into the audios and the Brit Worldwide system. It's optional, but it's there for us. A wealth of experience in 1970. I got in 1990. There's already 20 years track record. And I could tell you I stayed in the business because of the products, but no, it was because of the wealth of experience people had, and I had access to those stocks through CDs and cassette tapes.
Right.
And that is what gave me hope, okay? It's because products are great. Without products, there's no income. But without that hope of experience of other people and that track record, I don't think I would have continued building this business.
Yeah, some of the teaching of Bill Britt that early in our business, that he used to say that anybody who does 9 core steps with good faith and belief, he is bound to go platinum and beyond. But he said that has to be with faith and belief and have a patience and learn. And those are certain things that, we took it to the heart, and that was something very special. Of course, we had education, we have learned all those things, success principle, but not the way Bill always talk about, right? The other thing that I really talk about that we had never heard that we learned at the Brit school that we used to go, that was the 3 power, and 3 cardinal rules. I mean, we never heard something like that. And I remember early in the business, people used to ask, here even, that why we got to keep talking about this all the time. Who would do this? Who would mess around, cardinal rules and this and that. And 2-3 years later, same people would say, thank God that we are teaching this on a regular basis because certain things are happening in the organization. Same thing in India. When we took business to India and Bill Britt came there and he talked about, this 3 power and 3 cardinal rules that, never talk about money, ego and all those things. And people asked to us the same question, that why he's so important that we have to talk about. I mean, who will do this, And then the same people will come and say, I'm glad that we are talking about because here is somebody in my group violating all kinds of things here. So there are certain things that we might not understand. And if you are new here, brand new and somebody would ask this question, why we got to keep doing same thing? Like going to the meeting, he said that anybody who shows the plan, get on the board and draw the circles, he bound to go platinum because he was very strong about power of spoken words, that if you speak, every time you show the presentation, you say, you launch 6 people, and then you keep saying this, every week you keep doing this. Now, these are the certain things that nobody can understand. Psychologically, emotionally, I think it gets in the heart, but there is a meaning behind it, and that's something that I really want to take these new people in account, that there are certain things that as a BWW teachings are very, very important.
I can remember Bill Britt used to do Brit schools, and he used to come up 3 days of Bill Britt. He's the main speaker. He's the only speaker, and he put the Bible, King James version, on top of the podium, and he'd say, "That's what that's what I believe in." And then he'd talk about stuff that we are not familiar with. Proverbs 6:2. You're snared by the words of your mouth, and say you'll get what you speak. And you can check upline, guys, but there is only this far you'll go if you're always plugging into somebody else showing the plan. Okay? You are snared by the words of your mouth means you get what you speak. And so you have to check with your upline, but you got to start showing the plan yourself, the entire plan. I know you're doing MG1 and MG2 and FT1 and FT2, but the plan, actual plan, the circles, it's easy for us to, of course, get somebody to a Zoom meeting that our upline is doing. But you check with the upline and ask how you can start showing the plan before you qualify to show it at the big meeting, just you yourself, because Bill Britt wanted that. Yes, you go to the open meeting, but the remaining days, you should be able to show the plan yourself, because we need a lot of people who understand the plan, show the plan, That is what is going to create the supernatural growth that's happening right now, 100 diamonds
Absolutely.
a year.
Yes. You want to add anything?
No, I mean, if you are new or even if you have been in the business, there is one thing I will advise you at least have at least 60 days to 90 days. Every day, get Bill Britt's one streaming. Listen to it, I tell you. I mean,
Yeah, Ramesh told me once, Lata, there are 31 talks of Bill Britt.
Okay.
In our exchange.
31?
So that's exactly, the longest month is 31 days, right? So.
Perfect. And then maybe second month the same thing, third month same thing. I tell you. And after that, I tell you, 90 days of that with Bill Britt, you will see something that you want to do it, and you will succeed without a doubt.
Great. I mean, there's no price, and you can't put, the value that you get from listening to some of the talks and listening to some of the, some of the teachings that were said so many years ago are still applicable today. Maybe the mechanics has changed, with it all being online and stuff, but the principles of building a long-term business is still the same.
Yeah, the way you have a huge organization is by putting your heart out first. It's not just about, numbers, okay? Yes, you got to go through numbers, but if you program your mind just for numbers, if you say, I got to drag 300 people through the desert through LinkedIn to get one contact, if you speak like that, that's what's going to happen, okay? But the intent and the spiritual angle from which you come, success is spiritual, because a dream is spiritual. Yesterday Ali was talking about it. Unseen controls the scene. It's always, Bill Britt used to say, you don't rob a 7-Eleven just because you showed up at the 7-Eleven. You think about it first, He had the most unbelievable example there. You think about robbing a 7-Eleven, then you go to 7-Eleven and rob it, okay? So everything happens in the mind first. So there is a spiritual component. So when you even make a contact, there's an intent behind that contact. It is a feeling that you have. When you're sending that link out, you're sending a message out there, and it creates energies. But if you're just going through the numbers, I want to go to power hour, 400 numbers. You should program yourself. No matter what you're doing, your programming should be show 10, sponsor 2, which means every 10 person you talk to, 2 gets launched as full HTP. And in addition, you also can get another 3 out of the 10 to be customers. You speak it. But Kumar, that doesn't happen. Yeah, but you got to speak it first. You got to believe it. If you think 3 million to launch one, well, that's what's going to happen to you, right? Okay. So we got the ability. If I told you that is not one of the reasons we have, then that's not the main reason we have what we have, I'll be lying. Okay. Spoken word, the spiritual part of it, really believing things, speaking what you want, writing down any challenge we have. We had some challenging times recently. I've already written down the solution, and it's in my box of things that are. That is the solution, no matter what the current situation looks like. Okay, we always live in the solution. This is all things that Bill Britt taught us.
Absolutely.
And Bill Britt also loved to eat, by the way. Today backstage we have Indian food here, because it's a gala function and everybody liked it, right? Okay, even the staff loved it. Indian food. And Bill Britt loved Indian food. I remember Bill Britt, Kanti, we went to California. Manipal was with me, and in the plane, okay, we got him here, dosas, South Indian. I mean, he wolfed it down, man. And Bill Britt, when he starts talking about eating, he talks about a lot of other things. He started talking about the importance of breastfeeding, and he says, so the other thing is whatever he talks about last is what's going to come out first at a meeting if he went. So he opened up this meeting. This was when Amway was just becoming an e-commerce business, quick start, big. This is in the Silicon Valley, the meeting is going on. Everybody is there they want to learn about the new business that's going to launch. And Bill Britt's opening topic was importance of breastfeeding. And we had a lot of explanations. People wanted to know, what is this all about? Then somebody had to tell them, you've got to start from the fundamentals,
Yeah. So, anyway, maybe we can talk a little bit about, Bill used to talk about good relationship, having a good relation with upline, a good relation with as a couple. Maybe ladies, you can share a little bit about, his thought process or what you learned through Brit School or something,
I mean, it's like, the teachings that he has, Brit School used to be a 3-day event. It used to be something that was only Bill Britt talking the whole weekend. There was no recognition of any other pin. There was nothing else. No other speaker went up unless you were invited by him to come and just, be, if he wanted you up there. But mostly it was just him speaking. And he poured his heart out. He spoke about his beliefs. He spoke about, the basics of how he lives and lives his life, and everything was very relevant. I mean, even though, we were very new in this country. We were very new listening to him. A lot of the principles that were taught we could apply. And the principle of just speaking what you want, of dreaming big, of the right expectations, of having gratitude, of believing in yourself, believing in others, of just making sure that the cardinal rules, like Kanti said, having a tight team, serving people. I mean, I can go on and on and on. It was all about, you do the work and you will see the results, but, you will also see more than that. But more than that, it was just being true to yourself and being willing to go the extra mile and do the extra work for what you want, And to whom much is given, much is expected, so.
Go ahead.
I mean, what attracted me also, those Brit, I mean, if any of you can get a hold of those Brit school trays, streaming, that'll be awesome. But again, that's where you will see also a lot of relationship, as Kanti was talking about it, Bill always had talk about vertical alignment, and that was like something very special for me to understand and listen, like God, family, business, and in the family, husband, wife, children, and how the whole, and also as upline and downline, a lot of relationship, of course, looking at the time, we cannot talk all that, but, I mean, that is where, again, the whole vertical alignment, that is how the whole foundation, your foundation of the business and family foundation stays together, and, but again, you might want to just talk about like where.
Yeah, how about talking about future from here?
Kanti, absolutely.
Let's talk about future. What do you see? What do you see?
Kanti, Bill Britt said, let's break 100 diamonds here. I believe that Brit Worldwide is right now, poised to have the most united, the strongest, and most awesome growth. Okay. In addition, we were at North American Growth Council, Kanti. I just had a personal vision of mine. I think it's a good idea. It's a good goal for us because we saw other APs. That had quite a few people there. We had 3 couples from Brit Worldwide. I think in the next 2 years, we should set a goal for 25 couples from Brit Worldwide and North American Growth Council.
Yes.
I know that Sugit and Kajal are tracking, and I know that Ali and Maka are close,
Aruna and Tilakar.
Aruna and Tilakar
are coming, yes.
That is fantastic. So we are already up by 3 next year. Then we can go on to, I think that's a great goal to have, because everybody would love to be in North America. That's a good place to be. Very, very profitable, good, strong business.
Yeah.
And to be the most united, the most awesome, the strongest, the most loving, the most blessed, the most diverse, and the most happening, energetic, most growing, and the most admired team in the whole universe, in the history of this business. That's our vision, right?
Right. And I also see future because I see second generation coming up. How many diamonds have their children are excited about, just like our kids are very excited about opportunity and they are involved, and then of course many have already hit the certain pins. So I'm really excited about the second generation is taking over, so legacy going to continue. Absolutely. And then the growth of BWW. Right now you see how many new pins that we are breaking, and that shows that people are out there, and not only that, but then we saw many rubies, many emeralds, many founders emeralds coming up, and that's going to result into a lot of diamonds coming up very soon. So I think to me, it's going to be like what we used to see, remember 15, 20 diamonds at the FED, and all those things going to happen pretty soon, the way it looks like. And then the third thing that I see, the teaching of Bill Britt is still continuing. I mean, we see that today, even this weekend, we saw many even platinums speaking or Q12s are speaking. They are talking about quoting from BWW teachings, that this is what they learned. So you see that it's being installed in such a very early in the business. So I see the great future for BWW.
Absolutely.
What do you?
Yeah, all the young people, I can tell you, I mean, whether you are second generation, born second generation, or just young, people in the business, and I see a lot of great future for you. Just you saw all the growth coming in. I mean, so much growth, so many new pins. So just working hard, and changing and doing whatever it takes. Anjali.
Yeah, again, I mean, it's just wonderful to see the kids that are choosing to be around the system that they've been around for years, and they're just prospering and they're accomplishing, and we're just proud of everybody that's growing. So many new pins this weekend. It's like the recognition just was exceptional and just going to get better. I mean, September's coming up. My thing is that finish this year strong, and we're getting rolled up to get another big, great year coming up next fiscal year.
Sunday afternoon, typically in an in-person meeting, that's when Bill Britt would come up and
Yes.
he'd talk about Vern, the stickman, power of spoken word, just really magical. You could hear him 100 times and still be like the first time. And even though you knew what he's going to say next. So, and he would wrap up with self-talk. He'd say, I'm a diamond.
Yes.
I'm a winner.
I'm a winner.
I talk like a winner. I walk like a winner.
I walk like a winner.
I think like a winner.
Think like a winner.
I'm willing to overcome whatever it takes. And I will overcome any obstacle because I'm a winner, I'm a diamond, and I'm going to the top. I'm going to make it happen. I believe it because I am capable, I'm blessed, it's happening. And if someone doesn't like it, they can take a flying leap. That's what he would say. Or he would say, if you don't like it, you can hide in the bushes and watch. That's the kind of confidence because he was a dreamer. Guys, keep your dream alive, make it happen. And this is what dream is the most important thing. And don't let anybody steal your dream.
This caravan is moving on.
The dogs bark, but this caravan is moving on. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh my goodness. I am just so amazed. I'm just
no words.
Yeah, like that's
Lots
where
of
I'm at.
words after that. Yeah.
I mean, we already spoke about how much those leaders mean to us, but I think one of what stood out for me from listening to them is I just want to say thank you on the behalf of all of us for keeping Bill Britt alive. I didn't have the honor to be able to really grow up with Bill Britt. I only saw him once or twice on stage. I've heard all his talks, but it's people like Kanti and Lata, Kumar and Anjali that really have allowed us to keep his memory and keep his teachings alive for us and make it real for us. And we want to thank you for that. A lot of the times, if you're new in this business, it's very difficult to understand the magnitude of what you're in. And if you don't study your history, if you don't study what Britt Worldwide is about, if you don't really dive into what Bill Britt stood for and what Peggy is all about, you can sometimes miss the big picture. So I recommend that you fight to keep him alive and to keep his teachings alive, not just by growing, but by going into the BWW catalog and listening to every Bill Britt talk that you can get your hands on so you can get that thought process. And anytime you're around any of the MOC members, to ask them to tell you those stories, to tell you those memories, because honestly, that's one of the best parts about being in this team.
I can't agree with you more. The legacy of the man, Bill Britt, just is carried on and on and on by these distinguished leaders that you just heard from. And it's in your hands now, as Steph said, to keep on keeping on with that legacy. And Steph, you just mentioned about the catalog of the talks that you have to keep on listening to. Even when we had the functions at the Coliseum, people just wound up and left on Sunday. I don't know why. You can't leave the function on a Sunday. You know why? Because the nuggets come one after the other only on Sunday afternoon. That's the highlight of Sunday afternoon. Those are special nuggets from the movers and shakers, the powerhouse of the Brit team, who come later on the catalogs as the streaming talks. What do you think?
Yeah, and I think we have a few talks coming up. A few
Recording
leaders
stopped.
Are the next
Recording
wave.
in
The
progress.
Next people are keeping that Bill Britt legacy alive. We want you to tune in and listen because you're going to get, like she mentioned, a lot of nuggets, and you're going to get to see that Brit DNA in the next speakers.
Let's go.
Hi team, we are Sunil and Meena, proud to be launched and coached by Sapphires Going Emeralds agent Shobi and mentored by Founders Executive Diamonds Going Crown Ambassador in Hari Sugit and Kajal Ajmani. And we are excited, super excited to speak in front of our heroes on a Brit Worldwide Gala stage. And we are qualified Eagle Plus and Ruby in July and excited about the next few months and next fiscal year. By profession, I work as a vice president of IT and finance.
I'm a practicing OBGYN physician in New Jersey, run a couple of successful medical practices, and work for 3 different hospitals.
And what attracted us to this business is the quality of people who lived larger than life and spoke future into existence. And also, when we got launched, we were asked to attend the conference, which was live back then. It was FED, and we saw speaker after speaker coming from different professional backgrounds and adding value to people's lives and impacting them impacting every one of us in a positive way. And also, we got attracted by Sugit and Kajal's lifestyle, their freedom, their passion, and the way they casted the vision in every one of us, so that actually if we follow their guidance and mentorship, we can have the same thing. And I never heard, actually, never learned in my corporate life the qualities, the things, actually the value, what they have added to our lives through this business. And also, we always fought for every promotion because we felt the pull to belong to that club of winners. And also, I still remember one promotion, which is Eagle promotion, and that was going to appliance homes, and we got attracted to that, and we fought for it, and we got qualified. And also, I got inspired by Sugit's work ethic. I still remember, he always used to tell, when he was 1000 PV, he used to travel to different cities, and that I wanted to do, actually. They lived by example, and I wanted to create that pull, actually, to our team. And definitely, I remember actually traveling to different cities with our upline and learning the way they spoke with energy and enthusiasm. And I want to do the same thing to my team. And we promoted every event, actually, with passion. And that's what actually got us to where we are right now. And definitely, excited about our future. And basically, we are going somewhere in life because we are following their mentorship and guidance. And here's Meena, if you want to add something.
Yes. What I saw when we came to FED for the first time is there was a light at the end of tunnel, because as a physician, I did not see myself that I could retire or give up my profession one day and live a life of significance. And that attracted me also. And coming back to creating pull in our team, it's all about leading by example, right? For example, if I wanted a large personal volume in my team, I wanted to do it for myself first, and then expect the team to do it. And today there are several people in our team who create 600 to 1,000 to 1,500 PV personal. Similarly, if I wanted my team to listen more, read more, associate more, and communicate more, we had to do first. Me and Sunil had to listen up our game. We started listening to 2-3 talks every day, read about 45 minutes to an hour, communicated more, and never missed an association. And how we promoted these associations, especially the PACE meetings, we put life into that. And the person whom we speak to should feel that if they did not come to a PACE meeting, they would miss out something huge. And that's how we promoted. We promoted our upline, how we edified them in front of our team, and so that they could add more value to our team, right? How we spoke about them, not only in front of them, but behind the doors too. And we always look for something positive, because they were the only people in our life who would help us accomplish our dreams and goals. And also, whenever we travel long distance, we created the pull by adding value to people's lives, sitting with them, talking to them about their dreams and goals. And when we left them, they felt that we were the only people who could help them accomplish their dreams and goals. And that created a pull. And with that, back to Sunil.
And we felt the pull whenever our upline sent us the cards, actually, from different trips paid by Amway. And we wanted to belong to that club, especially like Diamond Club, EDC Club, and NAGC Club. And we definitely felt that actually we can have the same kind of lifestyle if we follow their guidance and mentorship. And definitely, I'm sure we might have created that pull to you guys to speak in front of your heroes and the thousands of people. Thank you for the opportunity.
What's up, Brit team? This is Dalbin Radka coming at you guys from Toronto, Canada. We're proudly sponsored in the business by my brother and his wife, Manveer and Sumit, and our upline diamonds are Sugit and Kajal Ajmani. Radhika and I are going to be covering a very important topic with you guys today. It's called All In. Going all in into your Amway business. Now, what does that mean? What does that look like is what we're going to cover, okay? Now, a lot of us that start this Amway business, we started as a part-time side hustle, which is totally right and totally fair to do. But the issue that starts to arise is that we really start to neglect our business sometimes because it's so part-time. And that's why some of us are not getting results and moving on in our business. So here's the deal. If you're on this webinar and you're serious about going platinum, emerald, ruby, diamond, whatever pin you want to hit, you have to start physically building this business part-time, but you got to mentally think about this business full-time. All the time. And you got to be obsessed. You got to be focused. You got to be tuned in. And you got to make the decision that this is it. The Amway business is going to fund my dreams. It's going to fund my lifestyle. It's going to fund everything for me. And when you make that decision is when you really be all in. You know, we live in a world today where a lot of people, society, social media, just the world we live in today, they make being obsessed, being all in and being so focused on something look bad or look down upon. And that's totally wrong, folks. So I'm here to tell you guys that being obsessed is the right thing to do. Being all in is the right thing to do. Being tunnel focused, all in, serious about your dreams and goals is the right thing to do. So make sure you guys are ready to work hard for the next 1 to 2 to 3, 4 years, all in and ready to hit this business hard and make a lot of money. But Radhika can add some more topics to this topic about all in.
Absolutely. So we want to now think about what does all in look like. When Dalbir and I, when we started our business together, we were only 19. Now at 19, when we decided to build this business, when we decided to actually go all in, the first thing we did and the first thing I would recommend everyone to do is to declutter your life. Now, what does that look like? At the end of the day, you cannot be in two places at one time. You can only be at one place at one time. And you have to choose at that moment, are you going to show up for your business or are you going to show up for something that has nothing to do or any significance to do with your dreams and goals or your success with this business? Now, Dalbir and I, we decided to completely declutter anything that doesn't have to do with our goals. If anything that didn't have to do with our growth in this business, it took second priority. Our business always took the forefront. Now, what does that look like? At 19, when we were deciding to build this business, we decided to work full time. And at that point, we got a lot of job offers. We were able to, get great jobs that had great pay at such a young age. However, some of those jobs required us to work during prime hours of this business. Yep. Some of those jobs required us to stay back 8 p.m., 9 p.m. to work for, that job. And Dalbir and I, we made the decision to say no to that job, decline that job offer, and look for another job that did not interfere with the prime hours of our business. Now, what did that end up doing for us? Because we made that tough decision at that moment, we were able to focus in our business for about 3 to 4 years, and we were actually able to quit both of our jobs 2 years ago. For the past 2 years, Dalbir and I have not been working a job. We have been full-time business owners with this Amway business because of the fact that we decided to make that tough decision before. Now, why did we decide to make that tough decision before? It's because we decided to go all in. So sometimes we think that if we listen to a podcast, read that book, meet that candidate, or meet that prospect once or twice a day, we think that we're all in. But in reality, all in means the ability to make tough decisions for the sake of the growth of your business. And that's exactly what Dalbir and I did. And that's something that I would suggest all of you guys to do. If you are choosing to go all in, declutter your life, have the ability to make tough decisions for yourself so you can definitely grow in your own business. And with that being said,
go all in, folks. Yeah. It's totally worth it. A little bit about the all-in work ethic. If you're all in, you're going to be ready to do 8 meetings a day. You heard it right. 8 meetings a day. Onesies and twosies are not going to cut it. So if you want to go diamond and build this thing big, like Radhika said, you got to make the right decisions. You got to make sure you're mentally always thinking about your business full time, and you got to be ready to put in the work, folks. 7, 8 meetings a day is the way to go. I'm telling you guys. And we're excited. A lot of great growth happening. We're fired up. We're very privileged and honored to have been able to speak to you guys today. But with that being said, see everybody at Diamond Club. We love you guys. Thank you, Brit team.
Love you guys. Take care.
Hi, everyone. We are Khalid and Romana Motorwala, part of the awesome Ajmani team. Our upline emeralds are Shashi and Meena. We wanted to thank the leadership for this opportunity to speak to all of you. We wanted to welcome all new IBOs who are attending their first conference. We were there once, and the key is to come back to the next one and put that on repeat. Our goal is to share our experiences so that our hindsight can become your foresight and that you will save months and years of frustration and resources.
So a big part of this business is a science, guys. So when you sponsor people in your front line, that is called your width. And the act of putting people in is called going wide. Width is the doorway to depth. And basically, once you build mass and depth, it creates income and lifestyle. I would recommend this BSM, and I would recommend you should listen to it multiple times per week and take detailed notes and execute it. The title is B168, and that's the stock code, and the title is 66866 by Bill Britt. What Bill Britt does is he explains the mechanics and science of sponsoring and building teams. The gist of that talk is that people are predictable in large numbers, and if you sponsor people at your self-image and above, and you sponsor a batch of people, 1/3 will incubate, 1/3 will be inactive, and 1/3 will run with you. And the classic mistake a lot of IBOs make, including ourselves, is that people launch 2 to 3 people and try to sit on their head and hatch them. So the recommendation is to commit to launching 9 to 12 legs in your first few months to get some traction so that you can find 3 to 4 legs that'll take you platinum and maybe Q12. Don't get mentally lazy when you launch a handful of legs and get complacent, because that's very natural. Keep sponsoring until the upline tells you to stop. Why? Because going wide helps you find the right people to work with and places where you can drive depth. It is a joy to run with people who are self-starters versus dragging someone who's not ready, and you'll find those people who are willing to run with you only if you go wide. People get negative and quit this business because they don't get wide enough to find the people who wish to run with them. I heard this when I was new in the business and it stuck. It's the story of a Boy Scout who was trying to do a good deed of the day and got beaten up pretty bad. Why? Because he was trying to help an old lady cross the street who didn't want to cross the street. So a lot of times we push IBOs who are not ready yet, when in reality we need to find a few good new legs who are ready to run with us now, and that will set a good example for our team.
So what else does width give you? It makes you more profitable, it makes you more happier, and a platinum ship with 3 legs is less profitable than a platinum ship with volume distributed across 9 legs. Just to give you an example, visualize a funnel and put one marble through it. It will not stay. If you put a bunch of marbles together, they will hold each other and will not roll out. That is what sponsoring in batches can do for you. It creates group momentum, creates healthy competition, and let people grow at their own pace.
Yeah, and remember I talked about the 1/3 who are incubators. They have an opportunity to grow at their own pace, and they will build the business later when the timing is right for them. And these people can actually lead you to a large organization. I remember our upline Triple Diamond Shivram Kumar's story that he was not one of those people who jumped in with both feet and started building on day one. So he was somebody who built it later. So if you are wide enough, if you're not wide enough, you are at risk of irritating these people who are later people, and you might drive them out of the business. And when you're wide, you don't have to teach much. Your example is a template for people to follow. Also, when you're wide, your counseling to your team will be more accurate because you're not depending on 1 or 2 legs for your goals. And you'll do the right thing, and you'll be able to put people before profits in reality. In closing, I would like you to keep this in mind. This concept of depth, or rather going wide, is easy to understand, but not so easy to execute. Going wide takes focus, mental stamina. It is something you get done as soon as possible. Simply grind it out. Don't be mentally lazy to replace legs that quit. Reduce your bounce back time after a leg quits. Don't get emotionally attached to legs because every business has some kind of attrition, and you don't get offended if a customer doesn't shop from your business anymore, right? So remember, there are potential IBO leaders in your list of prospects. And here's a powerful visual which will keep you on track. So pick 9 of your favorite IBO leaders. It could be offline or a speaker you like, maybe Kanti or Kumar, and visualize all these 9 IBO leaders in your front line, because they were in somebody's list of prospects at one point. Somebody found them. So if you stay steady, you will find your leaders too. So get wide, stay steady, and don't quit, and you will make it happen. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi BWW team, this is Shivam and Therese. We are personally sponsored and mentored by Founders Emeralds, Diva and Lata, uplines to them EDC Aruna Tilaka, uplines to them EDC Madhu Cheda, and our mega crowns Kanti and Lata Gala. We are in our Founders Sapphire qualification, and we just broke our 3rd leg last month. And our topic for today is, reading habits. See, this business is very simple enough it can fool you. This is what our mentors Divan Lata told us over and over again. In E and S quadrants, we do all complicated stuff. But in B quadrant, we do simple things, which is easy to do and easy not to do also. And reading is one of those things. Okay. See, when I came into this business, I came in with a very poor self-image, and my doubts and fears were larger than my confidence. And one of the 9 core steps that really helped me to boost my confidence and increase my self-image is reading. Since then, I enjoy reading, and books are my best friends. See, number one skill to master in 21st century is focus. Okay, when you start your day with reading, it makes your day very productive, and you get very creative, and it helps you to focus tremendously. 3 areas we focus on in reading is: one is entrepreneurship, leadership, and personal development. Your environment decides your habit. We have created an environment in our home, where we have books, everywhere. Okay. And if you're building this business as a couple, it's very important that husband and wife both read and grow individually, because, otherwise complaints come, and complaints always comes from non-growth. As you're growing in this business, it's very important to keep your head straight. Reading gives you that, humbling experience. You know how they say when you're building as a, husband and wife, you should complete each other. No, we also complete each other, but in one area we compete with each other. That is in personal growth, because I don't want to be sitting in the beaches of Hawaii and Pater Island and wonder how I got there. Okay. And, here is to Shivam, who is a voracious reader. And, not only does he read, but he applies what he reads also.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Gala Leadership, for this giving us this topic. Okay, this is one of the best habits we have developed through Amway BWW opportunity. Okay, see, this BWW system and its 9 core steps are designed to grow your leadership. Okay, and everything starts with self-leadership. Okay, leading yourself, because that's the toughest person to lead. Okay, see, our upline mentors always told us that growth is always going to happen. Either you are going to grow or your business is going to grow. Okay, and they said, we much rather have you grow before your business grows. Otherwise, the business is going to come down to your size. Okay, see, since this pandemic, we really took our growth very seriously and very intentional. Okay, as of this talk, I am over 400th day of my core run. Okay, and that habit has really kept my head straight and created some supernatural momentum in the business. Okay, see, reading really helps you prepare during the crisis, because sometimes with an employee mindset, when you face challenges or setbacks, you can't handle. But when you read, you rub off of the mindset of some high achievers, high entrepreneurs, and that elevates your thinking. It makes you think better, makes you think clearer, and makes you think bigger. Okay. Emotional intelligence. Okay, this is one of the areas book reading has really helped me. Okay, it has helped me develop emotional maturity. Okay, level of leadership and attracting quality people. When you read, you grow your level of leadership, and that's the only way you will have people smarter than you part of you. Okay, and we have seen our upline mentors read a lot, and that's the only way they lead large organizations of quality people. Okay, and we have many quality people part of us. Mehul and Dikshita, Viral Gayatri, Ruthvi, all great readers. Okay, in closing, I'll say this, guys. See, success is a mindset. You don't pursue success, you attract success. You attract who you are. So you getting better every day is the key. So if you make reading as a habit, as if life depends on it, you can all have a great transformational next fiscal year in your life and in your business. With that, we are done. Thank you.
What's up, homegirl? Hey! Yes! We're here chilling in the Brit office.
Yes.
I hope you like my getup. Does it look good?
Just love it. Look at the special hat you're wearing.
Don't I look young?
Oh, yes. You look way too young.
Yeah, I have to be U35 if I'm dressed like this, right?
Absolutely, right?
Yeah, and it's funny because, we're wearing all this because we're about to bring up a panel that's talking about U35. But if we're honest, this is not what got anybody under U35 to get into this business, right?
Not at all.
Recording in
fact,
progress.
we were just so young when we got started too. U35, we had the best growth at that time, but we were just ready to learn from the very best. We talk about the mentorship program in this business that is just coming with everything that we're learning, and that is what we took advantage of. So if you just find the right U35 who are willing to listen and learn, it's a piece of cake.
Yeah.
You don't need any of these to attract any of them. So let's just take it away.
Yep. Let's take this stuff off. Let's get rid of the gimmicks. We're going to find out why people under 35 build this business. I know, Rama, you and I were speaking a few days ago about how we're in completely different seasons in our life. Your youngest is going to college.
Yes.
My baby boy is just 2. He just learned how to talk. And it's amazing that despite that, we both got in at similar ages. We got in within that curve of age that gets in. And we're still building big businesses. And it's a business that just goes beyond age, goes beyond seasons in life. And I think that's powerful. So I'm really excited to hear from that panel, but I think we want to do a few takeaways before.
Absolutely.
We've been getting a lot of them. I feel like everybody's just very focused and tuned in. So let me just read a few of them. We have Shivam and Therese. They were quoting Shivam and Therese, making reading a habit as if your life depends on it. This is from Vinod and Payal from Atlanta. Their upline are Crowns, Kanti, and Latagala. And yeah, reading is a very big, important habit in this business. And I'm glad that you guys highlight that. We have Lizette from Chicago. She's a part of Alan and Jenny's team. Success is a mindset. You don't pursue success, you attract success, which is what we were just talking about. You don't attract young leaders in this business. You are a leader, and that's what attracts them. You don't need different gimmicks.
No.
Let's see, who else? All throughout the weekend, Ali and Maka's team has been flooding. I mean, I think out of the 3,000 messages we got today, probably 90% of them were from their team. But this is Harry Nugent from Portland, Oregon. Failure is the roof of success. If you take away failure, then you cannot take your success. That's powerful. And there's a lot more. I wish I can go through all of them. I think we're getting super bombarded with everything. I'll read maybe 2 more. Esther, exit from Brooklyn. Let your example be the temple for people to follow. I think is this Kumar who just texted? Hold on. I saw Kumar here, and I cannot find it now. But I saw a text from Kumar. So even Kumar is sending his takeaways and taking notes. But keep sending them in. We're enjoying that. I'm enjoying all the Instagram posts. That's really cool. They get to see a lot of the behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
I keep seeing you on Instagram. I'm like, wow, Rama has a presence now. You're going to get a lot of followers after that.
Yes, of course. I'm looking forward to it. It's so funny you mentioned that your baby is just 2 years old. And, our daughter, our older daughter, is building the business with us, New Platinum.
Yep.
Look at this age difference. But yet, we are all excited about the next wave of growth, isn't it?
Yeah. And I'm so proud of Rati and what you guys have done as a family. I tell Rati all the time that she has to keep building it because I want my kids to get her talks. And I want her to be what inspires them. She's going to be the young person that gets them going. So, but let's bring up the panel.
Yes. Would you just put your hands together to get the next panel going, rocking and rolling?
Hey, Brit team, this is Saji here from New Jersey. And what a phenomenal webinar. I mean, I'm excited. I mean, with everything that has happened, I definitely want to thank the BWW team and the MOC for putting together a phenomenal event. Okay. And now we have something special in store for you. Guess what? Your Sunday is not done till you hear these people speak. What we have for you is some young individuals who are entrepreneurs who got into this business when they were pretty young. And they're going to talk to you and build the business on the fast lane. You need to fasten your seat belts, hold on to your seats, because these guys have built the business on the fast lane. So they're going to go through fast. and they're going to talk to you about who they are, what they have done, and what they've accomplished, and it'll be fun for you. And you, once you're done, I mean, I got to hear their story yesterday a little bit, and I'll tell you what, I was like, okay, I'm done, man. Okay, I want to go out and talk to some young individuals about this business once they were done speaking. And I'm sure you're going to feel the same when these people are done speaking. So with that, I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Let's start with the introduction.
Hey, Brit team, this is Nikhil Jain coming at you from Toronto, Canada. Proudly launched into this business by Sapphire's Going Emerald, Aman and Manjot. Uplines to them, my mentors, founders, Emerald Going Diamond, Babu and Anu Mangipudi, all the way from Phoenix, Arizona. By background, I used to work as an accountant for Ford dealerships, but due to this great business opportunity, I was able to walk away from my professional career in January 31st, 2020, and been building the business full-time ever since. Last year, 2020, we went Q12. Last month, we completed our Sapphire, and we're starting our Founders Emerald qualification from next month. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Matthew Rubinez, I'm from Queens, New York. I'm sponsored by my upline Q12 Rubies, Dario and Shani Soriano. Upline Emeralds are Esmin and Kosuma Ferritovich, and Diamonds, Nick and Stephanie. I got started in business a couple years ago, 21 years old, built the business to Platinum, Q12, and now Sapphire. Looking forward to hear from everyone on this panel and what everyone has to say. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. We are Arjun and Rashi. We are from Toronto, Canada.
And our uplines are Emeralds, Yash and Mandeep, Randhava. Diamonds are Founders Executive Diamond, TD and Suparnadatta. And currently, we both are building this business full-time. Thank you.
Hello, Brit team. Hi, this is Misa. I'm currently based in Los Angeles, California. I was proud to be sponsored in the business by Platinum, Tana Sophia, all the way up to Going Emerald, Wu and Q, and Diamond Alley and Maga. So the reason why I'm in this panel is I'm currently finishing up my Sapphire qualification and starting Emerald in 2022.
Wow.
What's up, you guys? Bipin Adivani over here. I'm from Chicago. My amazing sponsors and mentors are Amana Manjot Singh, all the way to Babu and Mangi Putty. We're part of the Figueroa Diamond Ship. I have a background in biology. We built this business up to Q12 and Double Eagle Ruby, and we haven't had to work in a couple years now.
Hey guys, this is Aman and Manjot coming at you live all the way from Chicago, Illinois. Our upline sponsors, mentored coaches in this business are none other than Founders Emerald Going Diamond, Babu and Anu Mangipuri. Our upline Founders Diamonds Going EDC and above, Ellen and Jenny Figueredo. We're excited to be here and sharing with you guys a few things. We are wrapping up our Founders Sapphire qualification. This is our last month and jumping into starting our Emerald run. Thank you.
So, Manjot, do you want to say hi?
Hi, everyone. My name is Manjot, and I'm so excited to be here and to be part of this panel.
All right, great. Amazing introduction. I mean, it seems like everyone's Sapphire Going Emerald or something like that, man. So we're going to have a lot of emeralds next year. So with that being said, let's start with with your reason as to why you are here and what you have done, and let's listen to a little bit about your story. Okay, let's start with you, Nikhil. So Nikhil, I know you got into this business young and single, and maybe available. Okay, I'm sure you had a lot of distractions. What excited you as a young student to build this business?
Thank you, Sajid, for this question. So guys, I started my business in my mid-20s. I came to Canada as a student, immigrant student. So when I saw this business plan for the first time, the thing that got me excited was money. I saw the plan for the first time. I understood not much. All I understood was there's a company called Amway. There's something called BWW. There's something called PVBV. There are certain products. And there is a level called Q12. Literally blew my mind up because I was like, I can make that money with my job. I got really excited about that. So but here's the thing. I did not know much about how to build a business. So I had no networking skills. I didn't have much people around because I was new to Canada. I didn't have any sales skills, which product to use, what to use. Thanks to my upline, he was a bodybuilder. So he told me something about nutrition. So I started learning slowly and gradually from my upline how to build this business on a fast track, and was able to wrap up Platinum in 3.5 years. But other than the money, when I started attending associations, I met people. I saw young people excited, energetic. They're super fired about their future. And that got me sold out because I grew up. I never had an opportunity where I could be around people who uplift you, edify you, motivate you, encourage you to go for your dreams. All I saw was people trying to impress others for the things that they don't even like, and the people that they're impressing is they don't even know. So I didn't want to be that type of person. I wanted to be a person who can actually fight for my own dreams. Now, when I got into this association, I started learning delayed gratification. I started learning the value of having patience. And that sold me out another point, because I started seeing that, by me delayed gratifying, I'm not sacrificing anything. I'm actually just delaying it to a different timing to enjoy the same thing at a better level. My thing was that I wanted to live a debt-free lifestyle. I don't see myself, working under somebody and building all the debts throughout my life. And I saw people in the association being debt-free, have peace of mind. And by me just looking into this entire association, I was very excited and fired about building this business. On top of that, the skills and education and what I learned through BWW system and Amway business and all this leadership, I was not only able to secure a job in my field, but at the same time, that helped me to get my immigration in Canada. And I was actually got promoted 5 times in 6 months in a job because of being very positive mental attitude. And that I learned from BWW, because I never had that skills before this mentorship. Lastly, when it comes to social media, I have many friends, man, who are on social media, super active. They put their car, their houses, their travel, food, patios. Like, they've been continuously posting all these pictures, not knowing that I know that they are broke inside. But me seeing that pictures, I used to get distracted a little bit. And even my parents used to say that, hey, look into this friend, that friend. They're buying a house, they're buying cars. What are you doing? You're not even making that much money in the Amway business. And I was like, listen, my dreams and my goals are different than my friends' dreams and their goals. They want to live a lifestyle of debts. They want to they don't want a strong relationship between the families. But I want to live a debt-free lifestyle, buy my dream car, which is the Lamborghini Urus, black on black, cash paid, a mansion of $10 million. That's my goal. They will never be able to match the goal that I have. So why would I sold out my lifestyle or my dreams based on what they are doing? So I started talking to myself, as Babunan always mentions me. They say that don't listen to broke people. And if you're one of them, don't listen to yourself. Talk to yourself. Don't listen to yourself. So I started speaking to myself and Nikhil, you have a different goal, different dream. Don't worry what other people are doing. Don't look into their lifestyle. Focus. And that's where I built a single-minded focus. Was there opportunities of stock, shares, cryptos? Yes, there was many of them. But I put a single-minded, laser-sharp focus to build this business, go diamond, not because of the only money, because I respect the people and I want to earn their respect, the people I respected. That became my values. And the closing thought, this is what I would say there, guys. It's not about the status, because status is like trying to buy the thing which you don't want to impress the people which you don't like. It's not about status. It's about creating that influence and impact. And that is something that, you should be focusing on. But one key last message I can give you, go all in, build it strong, build it once, go diamond. Thank you so much to BWW for this opportunity.
Wow. Man, you understood way more than I did. You said you understood PBBB the first time itself. That itself is a big deal. And you know who else wants a Lamborghini Aventador? Sugit. Sugit's going to get one. And I'm sure you are right in the same footprints, following the same footprints. Okay, let's move on to our next amazing speaker, Matthew Rabinus. Matthew, I believe you started young, working a minimum job. How did you overcome the challenges that came with it while working a minimum wage job to build this business that you have built, and why?
Thank you, Saji. Thank you so much for that question. And yes, you are right. I was working a minimum wage job at a local pharmacy here in Queens, where I'm from. When I first started the business a couple of years ago, and I was making maybe, $8, $9 an hour, not a lot of money, and let alone working like 20, 25 hours a week. I was 20, 21 years old, and also a full-time student. I might have made on a good month, I might have walked away with $1,000, right, in a month. And think about that, trying to build a business, suffice your lifestyle, whatever it is, it was not a lot of money. So the first thing I had to do, and the first thing I realized as I'm seeing the opportunity, was I had to realize that this is something I really want to put my time and effort into. And obviously I did. And obviously I wanted to, right? And I saw this opportunity as something, being able to create something and provide something more for me than the job I was working or the career I was pursuing. So I learned a really good trait, and that was called budgeting, and how to properly budget, how to properly distribute my finances so my business wouldn't starve and I wouldn't starve. Obviously, next, I learned how to create and retain customers. That was I like to call it a security blanket for me, because I knew a lot of times my income would not suffice some business needs, like whether it be functions or business support material to give new partners or new people who join my team or travel needs, right? So I learned how to create customers and retain customers. So that way, if I ever needed a buffer, if you want to call it, or a security blanket, the profits I made from sales and the income I made from PV created through customers was always able to help me in that area, right? So I managed to budget and truly avoid frivolous spending. That was a big habit for for myself, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that as well. I will say one big mistake that I did make, and I highly recommend that if you are new in this business, or even if you're not new in this business, do check Upline before doing something for the first time. You'll hear that a lot, because my first couple of months in business, when I went 1,000 PV, I did a lot of it through organic sales, and I had a couple of legs, and they did a lot of sales, and I went 1,000, and I made about in profit and PV check and everything about $1,000. And I thought to myself, I said, oh my God, I just made $1,000 in my own business, and I make $1,000 in my job. Let me just quit my job, right? Not the best idea. And I thought, yeah, everyone's taking so long to go full time. I'm gonna go full time in 3 months. And I quit my job, believe it or not, didn't check with anyone. I remember my upline asked me what days I work, and I'm like, work? I don't work. I'm full time in the business. And they're like, you've been in for 4 months. And then I quickly realized that 1,000 PV business is definitely not a business you can be full time on. And I was about jobless for 6 months. But the reason why I'm saying that story is because throughout that time where I didn't have a job, was it easy? No, but I never missed my core volume. I never missed a function, never missed an association. I made sure, and was it easy? Like I said, no, but I made sure that if I had clients that didn't want to buy, I made new clients while keeping the great relationship with the original ones that I had, right? I didn't want to be the reason why any of my upline, especially at that time, my upline, Andrew and Samantha Quinones, were going platinum for the very first time, and they were going to be the first platinum, a part of this leg for Nick and Steph. And I couldn't be the reason, and I'm sure that they would have done it either way, but I never wanted to feel like, because I couldn't come up on my end of the partnership, that they are having a harder time, if only I was more accountable. So I took the business very seriously, and I didn't let things like silly jobs, or lack thereof, or not making enough be the reason why I didn't grow. I do recommend that. Find your worth. I was definitely worth more than $9 an hour. That was years ago, of course, but find your worth. And I never missed my core requirements, because I made a commitment to this business, and I made a commitment to myself, right? To build a life for myself, because the only person living in your future is you. So thank you.
Awesome. Phenomenal, man. And you did this all when you were 21 years old and something like that. When I was 21, all I was looking for was enough money to buy a bottle of beer, right? It was simple goals, simple life. But well, let's move on. Arjun and Rashi, I believe from what I heard, no car, single student. What was your mindset when you were approached with this business, and what attracted you to it?
Well, thank you, Saji, for this question. And as we are wrapping our Founders Sapphireship this month, I never imagined that we would be able to, complete Founders Sapphireship when I started the business. My initial excitement was, I just loved the opportunity to wear the suit. That's what got me attracted to the business. And the second thing was, I hated my boss. How many of you can probably relate, right? I mean, I was doing night shifts. We both started as singles, right? And later on, we got married. Once we saw that, okay, this is the future, once we decided we're going to lock hands and, we're going to go for it. So the struggle was real. I remember I used to prioritize the meetings over my job. So my job used to start at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday night, and 8 to 10, we had a Tuesday team evaluation meeting. So, priority was already there. And then, one thing I did right was that, I counseled with my upline on regular basis, and my implementation of his advice was very quick. So, this is how my journey was started. Initially, I thought it was just a small product selling business. But once I got to know that, it can be, scalable to the infinite level, I was on for it. Right, Rashi?
Absolutely. And, my reason to, build this business was honestly very simple. I, always saw my mom struggling. So my dad never took, financial responsibility of our family. So when I used to see my mom struggling so much, I used to feel that, one day, we will be so rich, we will live a lavish lifestyle that, my mom doesn't have to work anymore. And, I used to tell my mom, I used to ask people that, do you know which is the job, which is highest paying job? I want to do that, And I used to tell my mom that, one day we will have all the time, all the money in the world. And, and one day, even we will be so rich that one day in fact, our servants will be driving Audi. And she will say, what? You're so silly. And, I didn't knew that, that void in a family, I used to complain so much that, why our family, why me, why my mom? But now, when I connect my dots, I feel that, thank God our family, thank God, me. And, sometimes life would leave that void in your life, not to get depressed, but to, take that void and to make something big out of it. And it actually requires wisdom to identify that thing. And, also while building this business, you will be distracted so many times with social media, relationships, unnecessary life drama. And, there will be time when you will be so much bored, or maybe, this will be so repetitive, all these functions, all these core runs or meetings. But, what I realized, it's like pride says, I know this already, but humility says, I need this again. So this is what I learned, that don't be a prideful listener. And with that, I'm done. I'll get back to my husband.
And, I learned it from my business coaches, my uplines, right? And they told me that, the sharpness of the sword does not determine whether you're going to win the war. It's the guy behind that sword. And similarly, the Amway business is there, but who is behind the show? Right, who is running the show? And then that conviction was always there, and I saw that from my upline. I caught that conviction, and many people told that, okay, without a car you're not going to make it. But yeah, I went platinum single with just on the bus. My team would just travel in a bus. So that was the case. And then three things which really made me think that this is it. And that was, first of all, it was the privatization of Amway business. There are no stocks. Of course, there are opportunities outside. There's Bitcoin, there's stocks, and so many other things. But once I saw that, oh, wow, there are no stocks of Amway, it's all private. That's my security. That's our family's security. Second was a step-by-step guidance. Somebody was there always, checking on me and then, guiding us. And the third thing was this, I asked this simple question to myself in my early 20s. And I said, what do I have to offer? I don't have a lot of money. All I have to trade is my time and energy. So I channelized my time and my energy in building this business, minimized the distraction, and implemented all the advices given by my uplines. And we built it to platinum. And now we are wrapping up Founders Sapphireship. Thank you.
Wow. Man behind the sword, and humility says, I need this again. Wow. Arjun and Rashi, phenomenal, man. Amazing. Okay, next up is Misa Do. Misa Do, you were in college pursuing to be a pharmacist, I believe. And pharmacy is a great field to be in. You have good professional income. Why this business, Misa Do?
All right. Thank you, Saji. Thank you, Brit team, for having me here and give me the opportunity to share. So true that pharmacists can make significant income. As I do research on it, it could be a high potential income if I can graduate with a high degree, right? But then the thing is that coming to a background as an immigrant, I understand for the fact that myself and my family cannot be able to afford a $300,000 going to a 4-year pharmacy school. And growing up in a family where I know that we are financially struggle a lot, my family, they always working hard, but never enough. And I never seen them ever, because they always working hard, really, really hard. They don't have much time either for me and for themselves at all. So I understand for the fact that if I have opportunity to come here for the American dream, I should get it. So I actually went to school, and during my college year, I always looking for a side gig to do to make extra income on the side, so I can be able to support for my education in the future. I tried out a couple of the business, but it doesn't work. I actually lost some money off this. But then thank you so much that there was an opportunity that my friends actually shared to me about the Amway when I actually was in my 19, 20 years old. I didn't know anything about Amway at all. But then I'm willing to get myself educated. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to humble. And it was so amazing that I get a chance to know my mentor Phil, who actually going Emerald this upcoming fiscal year. And because of that, gentleman have actually already walked away from his full-time corporate job in his early 20s, and he's be able to retire his mom in 24 years old. And I'm like, man, if somebody can do it, I definitely can be able to do it. So that's the reason why I chase after him for his mentorship, and as well get a chance to know about the BWW system. So that was when my first time I remember coming to a summer conference. I looked up on the stage. I wondered myself, can I do it? If I work hard, if working hard is something that I need to do and I have to do in this business, that's gonna be something that I can master. Because work hard is something is my in my DNA. And I understand for the fact that consistent and persistent of doing something will drive you forward to victories. And I understand that come to America, I have no other choice than working hard to get myself out from poverty and support my family and helping us have a better life. Me myself have other goals for my life too. Is I want to go travel the world. I want to do charity for the poor, but definitely I cannot be the poor, right? And another thing is that I definitely want to give back for the community. And especially when I come to here, I saw that, hey, people in here can build a legacy for themselves. People in here, as a young college student like me, can be able to impact and empower young lady and teenage people who can start doing this business at such a young age when they don't have any experience, a lack of experience, a lack of money to invest in here. So I know that this could be the only chance in my life, and I never want to lose it. That's the reason why I keep working hard. I remember there's days of time when I have full-time school and also have full-time job as well too, working really, really crazy. But at the same time, I always remember 5 nights a week. 5 nights a week from Billboard is that make sure that you work for somebody for 8 hours a day, making sure you spend 1 hour or 2 hours every single day to building your own business. And because of that, thank you for Amway and thank you for BWW system and the mentorship in here. After a couple of years, I get a chance to get my tutorship done, and as well as Ruby at the same year. And now I'm in Sapphire qualification, moving forward to Emerald in 2022. I will say that I'm a product of the system. And I thank God so much every single day. I pray that this support system, BWW, will always gonna be here for the young people like us to learn and to grow. But the one last thing for college student in here or anybody who actually young professional coming to this business opportunity, looking forward for extra income on the side, or looking for time, or looking for to achieve your dreams, your goals, definitely this gonna be something that you want to shoot for. And again, anything that you've been doing outside from your real work, real job, you can apply, in here. And this business opportunity has allowed us to learn, to grow, and because of the education in here, that I see that I have learned so much in terms of speaking, communication, English, because I didn't speak English at all when I first came to America. And at the same time, I could be able to empower all the ethnicity, even though I'm a Vietnamese girl, come from a third world country. So that's the reason why I think that it's just hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And consistent and persistent is the key in here, because you guys know for one thing that water cuts rock not because of its power, but because of it consistent and persistent. So thank you. Back to you,
All
Sajid.
right. Phenomenal, Misa. Full-time student, full-time job, but still went Q12 in 2 years. That's amazing. I loved what you said. Said, I want to do charity for the poor, but I can't do that while I'm poor. Amazing. Thank you for that. Okay, next up is Bipin. Bipin, tell us, on track to be a pharmacist again. All right, you saw the business and got excited and built it quick, from what I know. Okay, what were some of the things you had to focus on? How did you go about it?
Absolutely, Saji. So excited to be able to share with you guys here tonight. You guys, my name, like Saji just mentioned, is Bipin Adavani. I actually started business in my early 20s. Just like Misa, on track to become a pharmacist because of the high income and everything. And I don't know if you guys can relate to this. And why don't you give the person next to you a high five if you can relate to this, right? I was always the type of person, since I was a little kid, I always had that little itch to go above and beyond and do something more. And so anybody could have sponsored me in this business, you guys. Ever since I was a little kid, go around the neighborhood, shovel people's driveways, rake leaves, sell random Pokemon cards, sticks of gum, whatever. I was looking. And when I saw this, I got lit up. For decades of my life, I see my parents do the same thing every single week. All right, Monday to Friday, go to work, come back, watch TV. Saturday comes, fix the gutter, mow the lawn. Sunday is a family party or whatever, relax, get ready for the next week. I was not excited about that kind of life. So when Babu actually educated me about this business and launched me in the opportunity, I was pumped. All right, so we got started. I had a lot of work on, very afraid of myself, very afraid of others, couldn't talk to anybody. So many skill sets that I was excited about learning through this business. Didn't have any leadership skills. So when I saw this, I got excited about two things. One, Babu actually showed me that I could make more than a pharmacist in this business, and the type of money was very different than a pharmacist's income, right? It could be an ongoing monthly cash flow that I can count on, right? The numbers got me excited. Bill Britt said, 5 reasons, money, 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 right? And that's the initial thing that really got me excited, and we just went crazy. All right, so first couple of years, lot of action, not too many results, but it's okay. Second, third years came around. We went Q12, we broke a leg. We have Ruby on the outside, a double eagle Ruby. And we haven't had to work a job in several years now because of this opportunity. All right. So of course there was distractions, you guys. There's so many things that a young person could do. But had I pursued everything else, those other assets that, all these other speakers are talking about, stocks, crypto, real estate, I would need to work a job today. Had I not listened to my mentors and just done everything, listen to the guy who looks good on Instagram, or the person who just looks good in pictures but lives at home with their mom. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you do that, you're saving money, proud of you, but I would not be in the same place I would be in today. All right. So thankful for being able to share on this Brit stage. I'm going to kick it back to our awesome host. Saji, thank you so much.
Thank you, Bipin. That was amazing. Okay, I was looking for a leader. There were times. Okay, well, let's move on to Aman and Manjot. The last but not the least. Okay, Aman and Manjot. Aman, I believe you got in single and now you're building it together. Describe your journey from building it single to now building it together.
Thank you, Saji, for the question. I'm going to start off by saying that, I met Aman when he was a Q12 in the business, and I did not know anything. Like, I didn't know what PV was. I didn't know what he's drawing the circles. I didn't know anything. And legs, I thought he was talking about legit legs. And I didn't know where he was going. And he would go to people and say hi. I'm like, why are you saying hi to someone? And he's like, it's nice to be nice. And I'm like, okay. And then just, greeting everyone and just being so positive. And I was so confused, but getting into the business and seeing everyone, seeing these environments, going to meetings, going to the seminars, meeting Babu and Anu, that opened my eyes, and I was so impressed. And seeing the mentors, that really touched and inspired me to be, a leader, and to be not just as a couple, as a leader, and to know that Babu and Anu is going to help us, not in just finance and not in just, relationship or children. They're there for us no matter what. They're there for us, a call away. And I'm so grateful that I met Aman, because I wouldn't be here. And one thing that Aman told me was that if you want to continue this relationship, make sure, I want you to know that you're committed to this. This is my life, and this is what I do, and this is my passion. And I want you to know that if you want to move forward, you have to be doing all these things. And I was so, thankful that he was straightforward up front, because no guy's not like that. Nobody tells you right up front to do these things. So I was so thankful that he did that. And just having us together in a business, I don't know anyone that does a business together as a couple, because you don't see that often. Having the same dream, the same pursuing passion, and going there and building this business. So I'm thankful that for Amway, for BWW, to have this opportunity.
That's amazing. Of course. Well, hi guys. Like Saji said, my name is Aman Singh. I did build a business when I was single. Then we got married. Now we have 2 kids. We'll just leave it at that. But I remember when I got started in 2013, it was like when this business came in my life, I had no clue that it was going to make that much of an impact and lead me to where we are in life today. If it wasn't for this business, I would have probably been still working out because I was a gymaholic, a rataholic, whatever you want to say, right? And probably go to Mr. Olympia. But God had different plans for us. But it was a unique business because it required for us to change. Well, for me to change at that time, being in 2013, I was so glad that I met with my mentors because they made life more simpler. I had the true North Star in my life with Babu and Anu. Even though they live in Phoenix, Arizona, we're in Chicago, distance was there, but at heart, there was no distance. I remember Babu and Anu flying out here, helping me, guiding me, and I started looking forward to spending more time with my coaches. Why? Because it eliminated all the other distractions and they always uplifted me. They always made me feel like I'm the most important person in the world. And that's something that I was never used to before. That being said, I remember, when I was sold out for the first month, I gave hard time to my mentors and, I did not probably listen to them. Nothing that I should be proud of. But afterwards, knowing that I was on the verge of not continuing to build this business, Babu came to me one time and he's like, Aman, you did this business your way. Follow me for one whole month and do it my way. And that's all I needed to hear because he was that father figure that came in my life, changed my life. From that month onwards, it took me about 4.5, close to 5 months to reach to the top of the bonus structure at 7,500 points. And you know what? The funny fact is, out of that entire group that took us to 7,500 points within 5 months, only two people were on, still in the business and around. One is Nikhil Jain from Toronto, Canada, as a Sapphire, starting his Emerald qualification. The other person is Bipin Advani, who's a Ruby outside of his qualified leg, going Diamond before 30. And we're so blessed because Babu always told us, stay focused, stay focused, stay focused. You will get whatever you're sowing. You will reap whatever you're sowing. And we got excited about that. I remember, when I took the business from my head to my heart, I remember driving countless number of miles. One of my cars that I bought because of this business was a Hyundai Sonata. Right now, that car is in my garage, has over 300,000 miles on the car. We're talking about miles, not kilometers, miles. Right. And that's a lot. And we were willing to just sacrifice everything. We're willing to postpone everything because we wanted to make sure that we're being that right example. I remember sitting in that car, countless number of miles, driving back and forth, building our long distance team, knowing that, am I doing the right thing? And that self-talk that I started doing, am I doing the right thing? And crying many times in those trips because I just knew that we were doing, but when am I going to see the results and so on and so forth? But Babu always reminded me, hey, think of yourself as a farmer. You need to just sow the seed, and you will reap the rewards. Thank God I just kept keeping on. Today we have hundreds and hundreds of people in our organization, and with two diamond legs coming out of that. And we're so excited about that. And we're so proud of our team on the leadership and all that attributes to a person walking in my life and saying, let me guide you. And me being all in and listening to it as being as naive. And then my wife came because, I saw only couples building the business. I'm like, where's my couple? Finally, she came in my life. And from there onwards, we're building the business together. And my last point I want to get to you guys is, why Amway? Because it's the right thing to do. It's the #1 company in the world, backed up with BWW, the leadership, the friendship. My family is not as supportive as the people that are strangers in this business as family to me now, right? Now we have two beautiful kids. We have our daughter, 3-year-old Serena, and our son just turned 1-year-old Xavier. They have a bright future because their parents are dreamers. And we are going to do whatever it takes to make sure they know that we are there to support them so we can lead their life with our examples. Thank you, BWW, for giving us the opportunity. And back to your amazing host, Saji.
Awesome. Phenomenal. Okay, I love listening to all of you. Aman and Manjot, man, I can relate to you. 5 months of focus, and you actually reached the top 25% level. Before that, you were struggling, you were skeptical. I mean, I had the same journey, man. I'll tell you what, you all have added value. Thank you for who you are. It has been my honor and privilege to host this. And I'm not kidding. I'm not saying this just to make you feel good. I'm so glad that I got the opportunity to get to know you all. Can't wait to welcome each and every one of you to Diamond Club.
That was an amazing panel. We're so proud of all those young people that spoke about what they've done to build this business. I really loved hearing the stories. I thought that was really powerful. And something I forgot to do earlier, Rama, because I know I was wearing this really cool hat, but most of you don't know this. This is actually Bill Britt's hat.
Yes.
The people, Danny Hill in the office kept it here. If you turn it around, it says that it was made especially for Bill Britt. It's engraved inside the hat. And that's just one of the beautiful things about the Brit Studio. If you walk around, you get so many
It's like a museum.
Memorabilia.
It literally feels like a Brit museum. And I just felt super special wearing that hat. I wanted to bring it up.
You are blessed today by Bill Britt himself.
Exactly. But I know a lot of people want to know, this is kind of the end of the function now. Everybody had a great time. I know I don't want it to end, but I'm ready to go home and do some work. But what should everybody on this webinar do now that everything is wrapping up?
Yeah, the first and foremost thing, I think you should just share your reflections on BMP. You should just get on it right away as soon as we are done here. I already told you the new fiscal year is there 2 weeks from now. Sit together with your upline, have a game plan for yourself. See which is the next upline event you can plug into. And new changes are happening from Amway Corporation. We talked about VCS. Just see how you can qualify to become more and more profitable. And what else, Steph?
I think all of you guys are excited. I know we are, but there's one thing to be excited, it's another thing to do something with that excitement. That's why that game plan with your upline is super important. As we wind down, we want to thank everybody that made this event happen, specifically everybody at the BWW office, starting from Michaela, Tim, Carrie, Josh, Chris, Jason, Kevin, Eric, Danny Hill, and Lisa Madison. We want to thank you.
Thank you,
so
guys.
much. You know, we got to see a little bit hosting, right? It's a lot of work.
There's a lot of work behind the scenes.
Every detail there on top of it. So we want to thank you so much for that.
Yep, huge thank you. Also, special thanks to the Management Operating Committee. Want to give a special shout out to the Kumars and Ardonis, the Millers and the Galas. Without you guys, we wouldn't have any of this. So thank you guys so much.
And go out there and build your own memories, as well as be a part of your upline's vision. Find out what that is and be a huge part of that. What do you have to share, Ramesh?
Yeah, I just say, hope you got onto a big dream and make sure that you make that dream come true. This is an unbelievable organization of people with so many years of experience. Even the Brit staff, I was talking to some of them. I was talking to Danny, and he was saying people have put in 25 years in the behind the scenes in the Brit team. So incredible. So thanks a lot. Otherwise, this will not happen globally. Everybody's looking at it real time without a hitch. That's awesome. Thank you again. What a team we have. Just go forth and make it happen.
And you have one last dream to show, right?
Oh yes, let's go. One last dream. Let's make this happen.
You guys at FED.
We'll see you guys at Free Enterprise Day. Boom!